Good morning and welcome back everyone to the Dimas Wine Shop and Tasting Room, our video for the week, where we get to talk about all the wines that are going to be upcoming and showcased for this week. I want to first premise though by saying thank you for the champagne tasting that we did last night. Amazing turnout. We had some great wines, and once again I can't thank everybody again and again and again for your support. So it means a lot to me, it means a lot to Ron, it means a lot to the shop, and I just want to say thank you. Let's go into this week's tasting, which is all about Bombastic Wines. So these are like all big, bold wines for winter. A little bit different from last week, because last week was a little bit more about blends that were still big and bold. But this one here, we've got some single varietal wines here as well, like starting off here with the Bianchi. We've got the Chardonnay here. The Bianchi, now Bianchi is a winery. They're based out of Paso Robles, but this is all Santa Barbara County fruit. This is the 2012. It goes through Surly aging, which means that it sits on the yeast cells to kind of give it a little bit more of a bready, full-bodied flavor. Goes through 100% malolactic fermentation, and it sits on a combination of French American oak. Really well done. 6,000 cases made of it. If you're into those wines that are citrusy and butterscotch, this is definitely a wine. It's got that classic Santa Barbara nose, a real tropical nose, Chardonnay. So if this works, if that style works for you, you're really going to enjoy this wine. This is the only white that we have on this week's flight. Then right here we go to the Domaine Galavan. We've showcased this wine in my previous French classes, but this is the 2012 Domaine Galavan Côte d'Aron. Combination of Grenache, Syrah, Mourvèdre. Sits for a total of 13 months on exclusively French oak. Second year, I don't think it gets any first year or any new barrels, I should say. It's got some medium tannins to it still, though. It's got that slightly raisinated kind of fruit to it, but it's got this real dark, intense cherry finish to it, which I really like. So I think all of you this is going to be a crowd pleaser for sure. Then from there we're going to go on to the Robert Lossi. Robert Lossi are the same people that make Lapis Luna, or I should say Lapis Luna are the people that make the Robert Lossi wine. Sergio Nuccio, I think is his name, the winemaker there. And Lapis Luna is all known, and so is Robert Lossi. They're known about value wines. That's what they're known for being, and real big, intense, complex wines that you typically find under $20. So here's a great Merlot here. It does have a little bit of other fruit in it, and right now it doesn't come to me. I don't think it's 100% Merlot, but I do think that it's got some Petit Verdot and some Cabernet Sauvignon. This is all Napa Valley fruit, fresh plums, combination French American oak is the finish on it, and really, once again, a nice crowd-pleasing wine. Then we're going to go on to probably my three favorites on here, and I really. This Preston, I tried this a couple of weeks ago, and we've carried it here at the shop over the years, and I really like what they do, and I think they continue to do it better and better and better. And this is the Preston Zinfandel. It does have a little splash of Petit Syrah and some Mourvèdre in it. 87, 8, and 5, I believe, is the blend on it. So 87% Zinfandel. This is all estate dry Creek Valley fruit. All American oak, of which 25% is new, and it's got that real deep, like vanilla cola finish to it, with these nice little spicy finish to it, and I just think it's an outstanding wine. Great with braised short ribs if you wanted to go that route for still with the winter months we got left. Then we go into the L'Astoria. Now the L'Astoria is made by a winery called Trentagu. This is their 2012 effort. This is a Cabernet Sauvignon, but it does also have got some Merlot in it, and it's got some Petit Verdot in it. This is all Alexander Valley fruit. Let me walk you through this. 5 days, so it goes through a 5-day cold soak, which the cold soak just means they're trying to extract all the fruit flavor without letting it go through fermentation. So it goes through a 5-day cold soak once it's picked and pressed. And then it'll sit there with the skins on it. Then it goes through a 10-day fermentation, which is pretty average. When you start seeing them 15, 20, 25 days, that's when they start getting into longer cooler fermentations. This one's done fairly warm at 10 days, but it spends 40 days on the skins through a maceration period, which really what it's doing is it's already gone through the fermentation period, it's getting pumped over, and you're extracting flavor and color. And I think that this wine is absolutely spot on. It does have those, it still has some grippy tannins to it. It's leathery on the finish, but if you like that intense licorice kind of blueberry flavor to it, this is definitely your wine. Then we're going to finish up with one of our favorite wineries here that we showcase regularly, which is Jeff Runquist. And this is his Petit Verdot. I don't believe he makes it every year. This is their 2012. It comes from the Damir Ranch. This is in Stanislaus, which is Merced. So right out of Modesto is where it's at. But 100% Petit Verdot, a 70-30 split of French-American oak, or I should say American-French oak. It's predominantly American. 18 months on oak, real soft tannins like all his wines are. Real juicy baked spices, almost like blueberry pie in a bottle. It is just amazing, and I think that these three are definitely going to be the three favorites of the tasting, along with the Chardonnay. But I don't want to discount these two because that Domaine Gallivan, I think, is also a winner chicken dinner. So, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it, and we will see you next week.